And when I started taking, I had a blood test 10 days prior to my test. I took Vita Plus Platinum. And then the result of my test, which is validated with blood test result, is from 7, it came down to 6. So I highly recommend this product because this product is really good for our body. It's made of our herbs, very natural, plus the sour sop, the guyabano, everything is really natural and it's really, I can attest to you that I start introducing it to my family, to my friends. I am an owner of an agency, gave it to my caregiver. It's good for them. I could see great result in their health. So thank you and power.
Great morning. I am Aurora Soriano Cudal Rivera, a holder of a Bachelor of Science degree in Health Education from the University of the Philippines, and also a holder of a doctorate in Public Health from the University of the Philippines. I have a heart ailment and I always complain of tiredness and shortness of breath. I had a procedure, and that is angioplasty with 4 stents. And I still complained of shortness of breath, afterwards. But when I started drinking first Vita Plus products, the uh, the effect was very, was awesome. I no longer complain of shortness of breath or tiredness. And I also noticed that my husband, a former judge from the city of Alaminos, also started taking first Vita Plus, and his constipation was corrected. So this is a great product. And we started talking about our experience to our children, and our children also have started taking first Vita Plus. Now, I am a firm believer of first Vita Plus products. Thank you very much, Marianne Isidro and so Kimberly, who introduced me to this product. It's really good. And I tell you, power, power, power.
Hello, my name is Craig Garnett. I live in Linwood, California. About 18 years ago, I was diagnosed as a diabetic. And the first medicine they put me on was metformin 500. I'm a person that I'm against medicine. So I was eating right and exercising, and I kind of kept my numbers all right. Something very tragic happened to me by 2014. And then they eventually wanted me to start taking insulin. A lady by the name of Amanda introduced me to Vita Plus. I met Amanda August 2017, and I started taking Vita Plus. It didn't take 2 or 3 weeks for my sugar to start coming down. It took 2 or 3 days, and I started taking Deladand. I mean, my sugar, completely went down. And I took this for about 2 or 3 months. Then I started taking the fruits and veggies, Magazine, and I want to just let you guys know that I prayed to get something more natural. I don't believe in medicine. Medicine, all of them have side effects. This is natural. It's in the Bible. God said leaves is the healings of the nation, and Vital Plus have really helped me out. And I just thank God that I started taking this. This is really good. Salini Martinez. I live at Los Angeles, California.
And I'm Nancy Martinez. I'm his wife. We live in Los Angeles, California. My husband started taking Vita Plus last year, September 2017. When my husband find out that he had lung cancer stage 3, he had a stroke. He went to ICU with swollen brain. And when he's in the ICU, I still give him the Guyabano Vita Plus. While he's there, he's taking it. And then after when we got discharged from the hospital, I start giving my husband the Guyabano Platinum. This is the one he's taking when I find out he had stage 3 lung cancer. And I've been giving him the platinum for a couple of months. We've been going to the hospital, seeing the oncology, and on the MRI, it was big on his right side of his lungs. And then while my husband keep on drinking the platinum. So one day we went back to the oncology, and he find out on the biopsy that it's negative, and oncologist said when he walked into the room, he said, "Oh, it's very interesting. We don't know what happened. We are not giving you any medication, but it's very little now." So we were surprised. My husband and I were surprised when the doctor said that. So after that, when we went back to see the oncology told us that my husband is cancer free. So thank you for the Vita Plus Platinum. God is good. Power of prayer is number one, and the second is the first Vita Plus. My husband is taking up to now. Power of prayer and Vita Plus. My name is Mary Ann Isidro. I'm a registered nurse. I've been a nurse for 32 years, and I'm currently working with the County of San Diego. As medical professional, we are not exempted from getting sick, and cancer and kidney problems are the major issues that runs in our family. 7 out of 8 siblings have been diagnosed with kidney problems, kidney failure, kidney cyst, kidney stone. So when I was 9 years old, I passed out kidney stone the size of a 2-carat diamond. So imagine how painful that is for a 9-year-old. Since then, I've always had blood and protein in my urine. So I started taking maintenance medications in 2002. In 2015, my sister who had kidney cyst introduced First Vita Plus to me, but I was so skeptical. I didn't want to take First Vita Plus back then. But maybe something could happen to me while I'm here in front of you sharing the goodness of First Vita Plus. So since I started drinking First Vita Plus, the blood, my protein in my urine has gone down, and my medications have been cut down to half tablet a day. So I share this with my family, with my husband, because he has a very high cholesterol. His cholesterol was on the high 300s. And since he started taking First Vita Plus, now his cholesterol is within normal limits, and his medication has been discontinued. So as a mother of 3, I can only hope to live happy and healthy life. And First Vita Plus has improved my family's health, and it can improve yours as well. Prevention is a key, so start drinking First Vita Plus. Live healthy and naturally.
Just validated.
I had surgery in my. I am Danny Guba from San Diego, California. I am Danny Guba from San Diego, California. I had surgery in my nose in 2016. The removed tissues, biopsy was done, and my doctor told me that I have cancer called nasopharyngeal cancer. I was so afraid when I found out that I have cancer, but I fought for my family. I had chemotherapy and radiation for 6 months. During the chemotherapy and radiation, I cannot swallow. So they place a tube in my stomach so I can be fed only liquids. And my sister-in-law, Miriam Isidro, introduced first Vita Plus, Cuyabano. I took it 3 to 4 times a day. After 6 months, I had another MRI. And this time, my doctor said my MRI is negative for cancer. I am also diabetic. My A1C was 7.2 and now my A1C dropped to 6.2. And my blood sugar from high 250 now is 88. I also have high blood pressure. My blood pressure reading were 150 over 92 to 170 over 100. My recent blood pressure was 120 over 64. And I also have high cholesterol. My cholesterol before was on the high 500. I continue taking my medication with First Vita Plus. Now my cholesterol is 93. And try First Vita Plus. It helps me with my health issues. It can help you and your family too. Power.
Get this, a total of $1.8 million for the society over the years.
I'm from San Diego, California, a retired. I have breast cancer. Hi, good afternoon. My name is Carol De Jesus. I'm from San Diego, California, a retired nurse and a retired U.S. Navy. I had breast cancer in 2005, had chemotherapy and got well. In 2017, my cancer came back and I have radiation therapy. Again, it went on remission. In 2019, my breast cancer came back. They removed 21 lymph nodes and 18 of them were positive for cancer. I also have heart problem, kidney problem, full-blown psoriasis, and diabetes. I am taking insulin, which is Novolog and Lantus. I started using Vita Plus. Now my hemoglobin A1C is 9.3 to 7.0. My insulin for Novolog was discontinued. My cancer cells shrink per my PET scan and my MRI. It has not metastasized. My medication for GERD was also discontinued, which is the Protonics. I also have a strong immune system. I have very good energy, no side effect from the chemo. My psoriasis was cleared. I am flawless now, and I'm able to wear some short and sleeveless. I shared my Vita Plus with my husband who happened to have psoriasis, and the skin was cleared, and also the swelling on his leg was better. Now he doesn't use any more cane. I recommend you also to take Vita Plus. It has helped us, me and my husband, and you will too. Prevention is the very key for this than cure for this Vita Plus. Thank God, thank Vita Plus and Mom Doye. Be safe and healthy.
Wala. Ayan. So, great morning, everybody. Welcome to our health every Saturday health symposium for USA and Canada. And I would like to welcome our guests and our uh, leaders from Champion Visionaries and Winners. Ayan. So, I would like to thank you all for joining us today. Let me introduce myself. My name is Mary Ann Isidro. I'm a registered nurse. If you listen, if you heard it in our the video earlier. So I'm a nurse here in San Diego, and I am the product center owner of in San Diego. And I would like to thank Mom Doi and Sir Sok for giving us this opportunity. And I'm very grateful for being a part of First Vita Plus family. And also would like to thank Mom Doi, Mom Nancy, and Sir Noel. Okay, so before we start, let me ask everyone to bow our heads and let's put ourselves in the presence of the Lord. Okay. The name of the Father, and the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen. Almighty Father, we thank you for this day. We thank you for having First Vita Plus, Mam Doi, and Sir Sok for sharing their blessings with us. Enlighten us in leading and inspiring people. Give our speakers, Dr. R.C. Custodio and Mam Desirigo, the wisdom to share their knowledge. Allow us the mastery of your will for the role you would want us and First Vita Plus to play your divine plan. Keep us humble with our successes and help us in our crises as we share the goodness of your amazing creations. Allow us to be instruments of good health and wealth and prosperity among your people. Move us to dispense all our actions to be full of love and the rest of mankind. This we ask in Jesus' name. Amen. Ayan. So, again, welcome to our weekly health symposium and business development forum here in the USA. So, again, thank you, Dr. Custodio, for coming and sharing your knowledge with us. So I think we can start. Kuya Noel will be with us in a few minutes. So Kuya Noel is our product center owner here in the US. Okay, so let me introduce our first speaker who will talk about the product, about our health, and our first speaker for the day is the father of visionary. He is one of our icons, no other than Dr. R.C. Custodio.
Good morning. Thank you, Ma'am Mary Ann. Is my sound okay, Ma'am Mary Ann? Okay, so let's begin. Let me say hi also to Nancy Bondoc and Sir Noel Bondoc. Now, thank you for inviting me again here in First Vita Plus USA Zoom webinar, which I think happens weekly. But I'll try to be present as much as I can, given my busy schedule. But this is not my last time that I'm going to be speaking here. I'm going to be with you as much as I can. I'm doing First Vita Plus full time and for life. So for the first time here, welcome to First Vita Plus. You have many doctors and many health professionals, not just the people who invited you. We have so many people who are here to help you in terms of getting healthy and in terms of doing the business. So you're not going to do this alone. We are a family here in First Vita Plus. So I'm going to talk about health, and let me just share my presentation. Okay, I'm Dr. Richard Custodio. I'm based here in the Philippines. I'm a medical doctor and one of the official speakers of First Vita Plus. So, great morning to everyone. I know it's nighttime there in the US, but it's always a great morning here in First Vita Plus. There's always hope. And I really believe that people need hope, especially this 2020. So many things have happened, but I think people are resilient. We can still make it in life. So whatever the challenges that we face, we can overcome all of them. So a great morning once again. So a little bit of background about myself. I grew up here in Manila, the country with the 7,100 islands. We have lots of good beaches. I know most of the people there usually visit the Philippines for beaches. So I studied here in Ateneo, BS Psychology, and then went directly straight to medicine in University of the East, where I studied hard. I graduated with honors and fourth place in medicine. I took up internships in one of the biggest and busiest hospitals here in Manila, the Philippine General Hospital. So I was having my duties in the emergency room. So that's where I was assigned. And I loved it because as a kid, I dreamt about becoming a doctor, which came true. No, it was hard work. I studied really hard, but I guess that's what success is all about. We should be ready for the challenges and the sacrifices if we want to have a successful life. So I am an emergency room doctor. So usually trauma patients, gunshot wounds, stab wounds, vehicular accidents. Now that's my usual thing in the emergency room. I love that. Now, people have different interests, and my interest was to become an emergency room physician. So when I was doing duties in the hospital, I was invited in First Vita Plus. This is the first time that I'm doing a business. I was trained in medicine, but I had no training in business. I joined 2005, 15 years ago. And this gave me another chance to promote health on a different level. People usually go to doctors when they are already sick. And with First Vita Plus, I get to help people prevent from being sick, which is, I think, is a better approach. First Vita Plus totally opened my mind for a new way of being healthy. So I'm not staying in the hospitals anymore. I'm actively promoting how every day we should become healthy to prevent the common diseases that are often here in the world. So health is wealth. And I really believe in this because I don't think anyone would want to get sick. Even the minor illnesses, you don't want that, especially the life-threatening ones. So, for example, a patient who suffered stroke at a young age of 40 plus how can he enjoy life? He is already bedridden. No, he urinates in bed, he will have his stool in bed because he can't get up. He's totally bedridden. So his relatives just carry him to the wheelchair, make him go to the malls around town. So life will not be meaningful if we get sick. That's why we should make this a serious topic for us. I will never get tired of reminding people how to do their everyday lives to become healthy. So this is a habit. What I will teach you, I hope you will do this every day. So later I'll discuss on how to be healthier. What is the opposite of health, or what usually is our problem when it comes to our body? Usually we get sick oftentimes because of microbes and germs all around us. So there are things outside in the environment that try to get into our body. Not just living things, even chemicals, pollution, toxins, harmful agents that can enter the body and do damage. They are literally everywhere. That's why we should have an immune system that does not rest 24/7. We should take care of the body because that's where the immune system gets its strength. So germs, microbes, chemicals, they're everywhere. So that's why we should be protected at all times. But there's a new disease that came this year, the COVID-19. So it's still ongoing, and we should still be careful. Avoid going out unless it's necessary. Social distancing, face mask, face shield, all the safety measures we should still observe because COVID-19 is still out there. So be safe, everyone. Let's try to avoid getting these kinds of diseases. But there is one type of disease that is more dangerous. Why? Because people die more because of these diseases. What are they called? They're lifestyle related. It's how we live our lives that usually we abuse our body. That's why we get so many kinds of diseases. And I look at the hospital records. I always look at the data. People nowadays get sick not just by one disease. Because of our unhealthy lifestyle, diabetics usually have hypertension, heart disease, lung disease, kidney disease. No? We get lots of diseases. That's just one patient that I'm talking about. It's rare for one patient to get just one disease. Now it's always one patient, two or three diseases because of the unhealthy lifestyle. Unhealthy lifestyle kills more people than COVID-19. How many smokers are there in the US, in Canada? Here in the Philippines, there are lots of smokers. So the guy on the left, you see here, is smoking and he has already black lungs. The girl in the middle drinks too much alcohol. She has already liver cirrhosis. So alcohol drinking and smoking are the most common types of bad, unhealthy habits. You cannot get sick with just a one-time drinking or smoking. For example, you smoke now, you drink alcohol now. You can't get sick tomorrow. It will take you decades, even 2 or 3 decades, for the body to take for the bad habits to take toll. So usually the damage is accumulated, small amounts per day, per time. You won't feel it. That's why people who are smoking, they always tell me, I don't feel anything bad. That's why will I stop? I think nothing's wrong with me. I just continue smoking. I feel better. So you just don't feel it. But smoking is dangerous to your health. It damages the body in small amounts. And once it accumulates, there's no turning back. So usually, unhealthy lifestyle gives us diseases that are irreversible. You cannot go back to being normal because of the long-term damage it has done to the body. So the girl on the right has stomach cancer. And this is one of the relatively new research that has been coming out, and it's scary. So many foods today contain artificial chemicals, synthetic additives like coloring, flavoring, preservatives. So if we eat every day, 3 to 5 times a day, and the most food that we eat contains harmful chemicals, that's a high risk to develop digestive tract cancers, like cancer of the tongue, cancer of the throat, cancer of the esophagus, stomach, colon, even cancer of the anus. Everything that the food passes can literally develop cancer if the food contains too much artificial chemicals. So colon cancer is on the rise. Here in the Philippines, it has surpassed the number of deaths caused by breast cancer, which was one of the top before. Now colon cancer kills more people here in the Philippines. So let me show you the top 10 killers in the whole world. And maybe let's just focus on the very top of the list. Ischemic heart disease, stroke. Combined, these are cardiovascular diseases. So cardiovascular diseases kills 34 people every minute, or 49,000 people per day. So as the day ends, there it's Saturday, 49,000 people will not wake up tomorrow because of cardiovascular diseases. So that's a huge amount, 49,000 per day. And 18 people die of cancer per minute, or 26,000 people per day die because of different types of cancer. I'm going to focus on these two diseases because according to the CDC, the top causes of death there in the US is number 1, heart disease, number 2, cancer. It's similar. It's practically the same here in the Philippines. So in the Philippines, it's number 1, heart disease, number 2, vascular diseases like stroke, high blood, hypertension, no? And number 3 is cancer. So we have the same diseases that we should avoid by lifestyle change. So let me talk about the heart disease. So there are foods and drinks that will make us increase our risk in developing ischemic heart disease, coronary artery disease. There are so many types of different heart diseases. And usually they are related to diet. Like look at the food and drinks here: soft drinks, junk food, chocolates, cookies, deep fried food like potato chips, high frosting like donuts. So these are the usual snacks that at a young age, no, we already love because children love these kinds of food. You can throw a children's party using these kinds of food. Okay, and we love food high in cholesterol. No, fried chicken, fast food. I think, it started in the US. Fast food, hamburger, French fries, roasted pig. I think this is worldwide that people, usually food that are high in cholesterol are very tasty. Steaks, or pork ribs. So there are many foods that are high in cholesterol, but there is what we call good cholesterol from fish, from a certain type of diet, and there is bad cholesterol usually found in meat, burgers, fries, fast food. So I'm going to talk about the bad cholesterol. There are 2 kinds of bad cholesterol. So since heart disease is the number 1 killer in the whole world, let us go deeper to the reasons why we are prone to developing heart disease. So these are the 2 reasons why, the 2 bad cholesterol: trans fat and saturated fat. So maybe you love pizza, maybe you love eating in fast food chains, so deep fried food, burgers, donuts, French fries. So these are sources of trans fat and saturated fat. You should stop eating these kinds of food. Okay, or if you can't avoid them, just try to minimize as much as possible. Okay, what is trans fat? Okay, trans fat is usually artificially made. It's a bad cholesterol and it is the most harmful kind of fat. So I would recommend that you should avoid eating food rich in trans fat or that contain trans fat. It increases the level of bad cholesterol, it decreases the level of good cholesterol. So it's linked to diabetes, cardiovascular diseases, and many types of cancer. So where can they be found? Lots of processed meat, artificial creamers, the one we usually find in coffee, the 3-in-1 coffee or the one we put in coffee. Fast food, baked goods, cakes, donuts, pastries, fried food like potato chips, French fries, found also in crackers and buttered popcorn. So, do you have a favorite food that is listed here? So good luck. If you want to become healthy, avoid foods that have trans fat. So you should just check the label. Whenever you're in the grocery, in the supermarket, look for the label. It's right in front or in the back. It says no trans fat. That's the food that you should choose. Don't choose the food that contains trans fat. So that's one practical tip that will really help people become healthy. Avoid trans fat at all costs. So I get a lot of diabetics who have already stopped eating too much rice. And they ask me, doctor, how come I don't eat too much rice? I totally avoid all kinds of sugary food, sweets. I totally stop them. How come I can't control my blood sugar? They forgot to avoid trans fat. It's a kind of fat that can raise your blood sugar. So it's linked to diabetes. So usually trans fat is related to the more common types of diseases. Remove trans fat, you can decrease heart disease, diabetes, and cancer. And the next one is saturated fat. Saturated fat is less harmful, but it is still harmful. Mostly found in meat and dairy products. So chicken, pork, lamb, beef, organ food like liver. So when you eat chicken, try to limit it and remove the skin. And dairy products, what are those? Cheese, butter, full cream milk, and ice cream. So do you have a favorite there? So try to avoid these. I think it's difficult because me, for example, I'm a meat lover. So I can't totally avoid saturated fat because I love eating beef, sometimes pork, and chicken. So what do? I usually limit my intake. So saturated fat is really hard to avoid. I try to find products in the grocery that are zero in saturated fat. It's very hard. Usually they contain small amounts of saturated fat. So this is okay taken minimally. So here's a practical tip. If you're eating and you still feel hungry, don't add on meat. Don't add rice. Add fruits and vegetables until you're full. That's why First Vita Plus is here. So yesterday I had my dinner and I still felt hungry. I added First Vita Plus. At least I'm taking fruits and vegetables. I took 2 sachets until I'm very full. So add the more nutritious food, not rice, not meat, not bread. Okay? When you had your enough amount of meat, don't add anymore. So that's how you limit your saturated fat and your carbohydrates and your calories in general. Add fruits and vegetables to your diet if you still want to eat more. Okay, what do these bad cholesterol do? They are bad because they are the ones that accumulate inside our arteries, our blood vessels. So the artery above doesn't have any cholesterol. So the blood can flow freely with no problem. But the artery below, you can see the yellow cholesterol plaque. So usually cholesterol will stick to cholesterol. The fat will always stick to the fat. So layer by layer, the cholesterol will build up. All the excess food, all the excess of cholesterol that you eat will go on top of each other and form a cholesterol plaque, which is as hard as stone. It's very difficult to dissolve. It's very difficult to remove. So the blood will flow from before it's 100% passable. Now it's less than 50% passable because cholesterol has blocked more than half of the artery. That's where we get heart attacks. That's where we develop hypertension, high blood pressure, and it's a potential risk for stroke when it involves the brain. So the cholesterol will slowly accumulate, and then eventually we will have the cardiovascular diseases, which is the number one killer in the world. So imagine if we just change our lifestyle, if we stop eating those favorite foods that we love to eat that are high in trans fat and bad cholesterol and saturated fat, we can actually try to minimize the number one killer in the world. Let's go to cancer, the second killer. Cancer is a totally different kind of disease. It develops from our normal body cells that I think usually there are years, it will take years for them to change, to mutate. So the normal cells will become the cancer cells. And what is usually the trigger? Chronic or long-term damage. It can come from smoking, it can come from alcohol drinking, any bad habits, pollution, any damage that is long-term can make a normal cell transform into a cancer cell. So what's the difference? Normal cells usually stop dividing. Cancer cells, they don't stop multiplying. They are very rapid in their mitosis. So one cancer cell can become millions of cancer cells given a certain period of time. That's why we suddenly feel a lump inside our body because that's the cancer cells multiplying and growing inside. And you can see here, the cancer cell has a lot of tentacle-like projections around it. Circular body with a lot of tentacles. The cancer cell can detach itself from the group and crawl to any part it wants inside the body. That's why cancer cells are spreading inside the body from stage 1, we have until stage 4. There is no more stage 5. So we count the spread of the cancer cells using the 4 stages. The 4th stage is the last stage. It is the advanced cancer. It means the cancer has already spread inside throughout your body. Cancer kills usually by multiple organ failure. There is no organ that is resistant to cancer. Even our bones can be eaten away by cancer. That's why it is also the reason why cancer patients usually get so thin. They lose so much weight because the cancer cells are eating them from the inside. So one by one, the organs will start to shut down. They start to bleed. So the lung patient will cough up blood. The colon cancer patient will start to have stools that are bloody because the cancer is already eating away their organs. So cancer patients usually die of multiple organ failure. And what are the diet or the food and drinks related to a higher cancer risk? Okay, let's try to avoid these kinds of food. We always see the hamburger here, right from the start. So hamburger is there again, pizza is there again, and now we have other processed meat in the picture, especially hot dogs. So I mentioned earlier that they contain trans fat. They also contain nitrogen compounds. That is also a cancer causing. So there are 2 ways that you can get cancer from these foods. One is trans fat and the other is nitrogen compound. So do you love hot dogs? Do you love hamburgers? Do you love pizza, cold cuts? Then you're at risk for not developing heart disease and cancer. Eating 12 hot dogs a month can increase the risk of colon cancer significantly. And I changed my lifestyle when I started First Vita Plus. I got scared. I couldn't count how many hot dogs I've eaten already. I can't even imagine how many hamburgers, pizza slices I've eaten in my whole life. That's why when I started First Vita Plus, I really changed my lifestyle immediately because I want my body to recover. I want my body to remove all the chemicals that are cancerous that I've taken throughout the years. So I started First Vita Plus when I was in my 30s. So I had 30 years, more than 30 years of unhealthy habits, living an unhealthy lifestyle. So now I changed my habit. I use First Vita Plus as a filler. I want to be full. I add First Vita Plus in my diet. So more on fruits and vegetables and less on the cancerous and unhealthy food. What else? Limit your deep fried food intake, like potato chips and French fries. The oil usually is used repeatedly, and the oil causes acrylamide formation. The oil during the cooking process, it produces acrylamide, which is very cancerous. That's why when you reuse the oil, anything that you cook will become cancerous because it's in the oil. The older the oil, the more cancerous it becomes. And usually food manufacturers, they usually repeat the oil for cooking. It's too expensive to throw away the oil, especially if you're deep frying your products. With the French fries and the potato chips, usually they're all deep fried. And the older the oil, remember, it's more cancerous. So avoid, even at home, avoid always deep frying your food. Deep fry is an unhealthy way of cooking. You're killing all the nutrients in food because of the high temperature. So in general, we should avoid deep fried food. Next, stop drinking soft drinks, especially if you're a regular drinker. This is a drink that is usually for special occasions only. It is not an everyday drink. It is not supposed to be a regular drink. So some people drink soft drinks as if it's water. Every time you're thirsty, do you drink soft drinks? That's bad for your health. It's highly acidic. It has a lot of drink additives. May contain coloring, preservative, flavoring that are artificial. It has been linked to dental cavities, hyperacidity, ulcer, diabetes, and now cancer. That's why I'm promoting First Vita Plus. It's a very healthier alternative. It's as good as soft drinks. The taste is very delicious, but the health benefit is so different from what you get from soft drinks. This is actually not a healthy drink, soft drink. That's why I'm promoting First Vita Plus. We should change our drinking habits so that we'll also become healthier. So avoid soft drinks. For birthday party celebration, it's fine. And then avoid junk food, cookies, and crackers. They are so cancerous. The usual snacks of children, the cookies, crackers that have so much sweetening filling inside, the super sweet filling inside. Avoid those kinds of snacks. And junk food, the name itself, this is unhealthy. It contains no nutritional value. The picture here in front of you contains 100% chemicals. You crush it. It's just air. It has no nutrition. It contains pure artificial cheese flavoring, the coloring, the yellow-orange. It's synthetic and lots of preservatives. So it is aptly called junk food. It is trash. And junk food is so common for people today. Eating so much junk food will cause cancer inside our body. So I've discussed to you some of the common food that can give us cancer and the common food that can give us heart disease. So now we have a fighting chance. Good luck avoiding these kinds of food. Our body usually has signs that they give us if the immune system is already weak. So these are the signs of a weakened immune system. These are signs that the body is telling you that it is already weak. So try taking care of your body better. So what are the signs? Do you have frequent cough, colds? Do you get infected by flu, viruses easily? It means your body is not resisting. It has a weakened capacity. So do you have chronic fatigue? Do you feel weak most of the time, especially after long days from work or after exercise? You recover slowly. High blood sugar levels can weaken, cripple the immune system. That's why diabetics are prone to complicated infections, even gangrenous wound that needs amputation. So high sugar levels must be controlled to strengthen the immune system. Do you have seasonal allergies? No, which is from winter to spring to summer. Do you get uh, allergic rhinitis? No, frequent bouts of bronchial asthma, throat problems. Usually they are related to weather changes or when you just change from a hot place into an air-conditioned cold place. Do you suddenly have the sniffles? They are signs of a sensitive respiratory system, the nose, throat, and lungs. And they are a sign that you have already a problem in your immune system. Sleep problems also can be a sign. Chronic skin problems. So they have seasonal skin rashes, eczema, urticaria, psoriasis, skin asthma. Also is a sign of chronic skin problems. Or sleep problems include insomnia and trouble waking up in the morning and feeling alert. Do you feel sluggish when you wake up in the morning? And lastly, the bowel or food sensitivity, bowel problems. Do you pick your food carefully because your digestive system is very reactive? You ate the same food, but how come you develop gas pains? You develop hyperacidity, no? Reflux disease, or it's sensitive that you develop loose bowel movement. So if people ate the same food that you ate, it's not in the food. If you develop digestive problems, it's your digestive system. That's the problem. And usually it relates to a weak immune system. So these are the signs. There is no medical test for the immune system. You have to be sensitive from the signals that are coming from your body. So let me ask you this. Are you really healthy? You, you, take, you take a look at your body. You try to analyze what is happening. No? For the past month, for the past year, you try to assess, are you really healthy? Is your body really defending you from different types of diseases? Because our best doctor is the immune system. You can only have a strong immune system if you take care of your body properly. So the immune system is a complex network of various organs involving the whole body from head to toe. Every organ has a lymph node. Every organ has an immune system organ inside it. It literally involves the whole body, including billions of white blood cells and proteins, immunoglobulins and antibodies. So they are organized, they communicate inside our body, they protect our body from harmful substances, germs, microbes, even cellular changes like tumors. Do you know that the immune system can really dissolve a tumor, especially if the tumor is newly growing? And tumors can be benign, tumors can be malignant, like cancer. So the immune system has the capacity to stop cancer cell formation. It can prevent cancers. And what else? The immune system is very essential in recovery and repair of damaged tissues. So sometimes we really get sick, especially if we're exposed to COVID-19. For example, COVID-19, for a COVID-19 patient, why do some patients have no symptoms at all? Why do some patients die from COVID-19? They have the same disease. So you know the difference? It's in the immune system. If you have a problem in your immunity, you can die from COVID-19. If you have an immune system that is strong, your body will just laugh at COVID-19. You won't even have a single symptom. That's how important the immune system is. Sometimes people forget. People just don't care about the immune system. It can protect us. It can be a life or death situation. So the immune system is our best doctor. That's why I won't stop first Vita Plus. Prevention is better than cure. So now let me go to the more important part of my lecture. How do we take care of our body? So there are 6 ways or 6 tips. And I would recommend that you do 6 out of 6. Don't choose 5. Don't choose less than 6. Choose to be healthy by doing 6 out of 6. So number 1, stop unhealthy habits. If you're a smoker, stop it right now. This is actually no debate. Smoking kills, period. Smoking is dangerous to your health, period. Even one puff. Don't lessen it. Stop it completely. It's hard, I know, but I have so many friends who have done it. It's not impossible. Even the vape, even the e-cigarette, any smoke that you're adding to your lungs is not healthy. So, I hope people, if there's a smoker here in my audience, I hope you stop right now. So if you want to become healthy, there is no room for smoking. What else? If you're drinking alcohol, drink moderately. So just like soft drinks, I mentioned earlier, drinking alcohol is for special occasions only. Don't make this a regular habit. So if you're gonna drink during birthdays, during a celebration. As much as possible, limit your drinking. Don't drink there's no occasion. So in the rare times that you're gonna drink, limit your drinking. Don't drink too much. So 2 bottles of beer is enough. 2 glasses of red wine or 2 shots of hard liquor, the 40% or more alcohol. So stop smoking and drink moderately. So your body will become healthier. And number 2, you add exercise every day. Exercise will awaken every organ in your body, including your mind. It will improve your heart because it's a muscle. The heart is a muscle. Exercise will strengthen the muscles. You are far away from heart diseases if you exercise regularly. It will improve blood circulation. It will strengthen your bones. It will make your reflexes faster. It will slow your aging. So in general, you will live longer. Exercise has been shown to increase the length of a life. So I see people, usually I run every day. I see people 60s, 70s, they're so fast in running. And I ask them, how young when you started running? They usually answer me, they're 18, 16 years old. They started running, 15 years old. So your body will weaken slowly. As you know, 60, 70, you're still going to be strong. So that's because of regular exercise. So 30 minutes minimum per day. Maximum is 90 minutes. So don't abuse your body with exercising too long. 90 minutes is the maximum. 30 minutes is the minimum. So with sweating, we also help the body remove the toxins from the inside. So sweating will help in removing harmful chemicals from the body. Number 3 is minimize stress. Life today is stressful, so we can't avoid stress, but we can minimize it by doing relaxation activities, yoga, massage, walking the dog. For me, it's running. Running relaxes me, so I do it every day. So find activities that relieve stress. Stress is very harmful to the body. So it can increase our aging. It can literally affect every organ. So if stress accumulates inside the body, one day you will just collapse from too much stress. So minimize stress. And number 4, get enough sleep per night. Average 8 hours of sleep at night. Don't count the daytime sleeping, because we have a circadian rhythm, our body clock. So the body recovers if you sleep at night. So the organs will detoxify better, will be able to recover better if you get 8 hours at night, the right time. So if you lack sleep last night, you should get the more sleep tonight, this coming night, to cover up for the 2 hours or maybe the number of hours that you're lacking. Just have an average of 7 to 8 hours of sleep a night. Number 5, take steps to avoid infection. So even if there's a vaccine, an effective vaccine for COVID-19, for example, next year, the pandemic is over. So you should continue. It's best that we should continue. Frequent hand washing, wearing of face masks, because this is not just for COVID-19. We can avoid getting chemicals, bacteria, germs from entering our bodies. Number 6, you should have a diet high in fruits and vegetables. We can't be healthy if we're lacking in the proper nutrition. So this is also one of the most important ways to become healthy. Give your body enough nutrients that it needs. The multivitamins, minerals, micro, macronutrients, they are all found in fruits and especially vegetables, which is a common problem among parents today. They find it hard for their children to eat vegetables. It is also a problem here in the Philippines. Children, a majority of children hate eating vegetables, and that is why we have First Vita Plus. It's a very delicious drink. It's natural, and it contains 5 very well picked and very well researched vegetables. So it's a powerhouse of nutrition. So it contains 5 vegetables, and number 1, that is discussed malunggay. It's moringa, or horseradish in English. It's the most nutritious plant, herb, here in the Philippines. One of the most in the whole world. So it's 7 times vitamin C compared to orange, 4 times the vitamin A of carrots, 4 times the calcium in milk. Milk actually became famous because of calcium. Malunggay has more calcium compared to milk. 3 times the potassium of bananas, 2 times the protein of yogurt. If you can see the products or the food here on the right, they are all nutritious food. But malunggay contains more nutrition. That's why we call it the miracle tree, the miracle plant. Malunggay, or horseradish, is one of the most nutritious food. It can help in more than 300 different diseases. So with just one vegetable, you're protected, and it can help in more than 300 diseases and conditions. Hasten's wound healing, very powerful antibiotic, and it is known worldwide to increase breast milk production. It has been used in many mother and child health programs, nutritional programs, because of the breast milk production. Breast milk is still best for babies up to 2 years old. Number 2, dahon ng sili or chili leaves. Capsicum frutescens is the scientific name. It improves the blood circulation, very good for the heart, to prevent heart diseases, high blood, and stroke. So if you have these diseases already, let's try to recover or to improve your condition and prevent it from being more complicated. It will also help relieve pain in headache, migraine, dysmenorrhea, different types of pain disorders, including arthritis and gout. And it is a natural energy booster. So number 3, saluyot jute leaves, Corcorus olitorius is the scientific name. It is very good for detoxification. It is an anti-cancer vegetable. So it helps the body cleanse, remove the cancerous chemicals that have been accumulating inside our body. Just be prepared for the cleansing reaction. You can get frequency in bowel movements. So from moving once a day, you might experience 3 times a day of bowel movement, or you can have an increased frequency of urinating. So that's what the usual first time users would report to me. So it's like a diarrhea like symptom, but you don't have abdominal cramps, nothing like the common diarrhea. It's just a cleansing effect. It will clean your digestive tract, lower your risk for colon cancer. And also for the urinary tract system, it's very helpful to prevent UTI, urinary tract infections, and kidney stone formation. So I have a lot of patients who have a laboratory test that proved that they no longer had kidney stones. So I have before and after laboratory test. After drinking first Vita Plus for 2 to 3 months, they were negative already in kidney stones. So it can help cleanse the urinary tract system. And it is good for the skin. So we can help people who have chronic skin diseases, the on and off psoriasis, like eczema, urticaria. Those are the usual kinds of chronic skin diseases. Number 4 is uray or Philippine spinach. It's Amaranthus spinosus. Improves the lungs. So one highlight of Philippine spinach is for the lungs. So I use it for common cough, common colds, for systemic viral infection, for flu, for throat infections, bronchial asthma, tuberculosis, and bronchopneumonia. But now it has a role for people who have COVID-19 because COVID-19 attacks the lungs. And when it does, if the patient has difficulty of breathing, that is one danger sign already that the patient will be admitted in the ICU if he has labored breathing. So Philippine spinach can help us recover faster by helping the lungs become stronger, especially in lung-related diseases. And number 5, the last one. These are just 5 vegetables. Sweet potato tops or Ipomea batata. It's very good for the blood. It's iron rich, so it helps the blood increase in count, especially the red blood cell and the platelet count. So it helps the body produce more red blood cells and platelets. That's why I use this for dengue patients, not just for the anemic ones. Now, I've been using First Vita Plus for 15 years, and so far I'm 100% successful in increasing the platelet count for dengue patients. The plant with the highest iodine is a brain food. It makes us smarter, makes children increase their IQ, perform well in academics. And iodine also is related to the thyroid. It will help people with goiter. So we have so many patients who have goiter who have improved their condition by drinking First Vita Plus. So that's sweet potato top. So these are the 5 vegetables contained in First Vita Plus product. It's very handy. Very portable. You can bring it anywhere. You have the 5 vegetables ready for intake. Easy to prepare. So you can put it in a bottled water, shake it. You already have your a good tasting natural juice with the 5 vegetables. It's highly consumable, 100% Filipino product, and very reasonable price. We have a lot of drinks coming out in the market that are pricier than First Vita Plus, double, triple the price, but they don't contain vegetables. This is a relatively reasonable. I think for me, it's very cheap, especially with the 5 power herbs, the benefits that you're getting. It's a very good product. It's one of the best products I've seen come out of the market. It will really help people get healthier, especially the children who don't want to eat vegetables. It can be taken with warm water, hot water, cold water, even as a fruit shake, or even as ice candy. You can freeze it, and children love it. So market is everyone. So even the healthy people need vegetables on a daily basis, especially if you already had a health condition. You need more vegetables. So this is for everyone. So with First Vita Plus, we have a very effective way of bringing the people back to eating vegetables. You just choose which power pack you want. So we have Kuya Noel there to service it as a center to distribute the First Vita Plus in the US and in Canada. So after this webinar, contact the person who invited you, talk about which variant is right for you. So we have all the variants. There is actually no wrong choice. Every variant contains the 5 vegetables. You can never go wrong whichever product you choose. So they contain the 5 vegetables, and we have now one of my favorites out in the market just this year, the 34-in-1 coffee. I just drank one before I started. So every morning I usually drink this, and I'm a coffee lover. Look how easy we can be healthy. I drink coffee every day, even without Vita. Before, now I drink coffee. What's the difference? It contains 34 fruits and vegetables. That's why I love this health program. So you can really get a healthy habit with the First Vita Plus program. So my coffee every morning contains fruits and vegetables. I drink the juice during lunch, dalandan. And I drink the fruits and veggies at dinner time. I drink the Vita Quenchers after I run in the afternoon. I'm drinking 4 times. And then 4 times I get the vegetables and the fruits. So I'm 100% sure I now have a healthier lifestyle because of First Vita Plus. What else? We already came out with the Vitalize Plus Forte. So it contains still, same as the coffee, same as with every product, the 5 vegetables, but this product is fortified with vitamin C and zinc, specifically formulated to fight COVID-19. So if you're gonna join First Vita Plus, welcome. You made the right decision. So let me give you just a few testimonies. I have so many testimonies, but I chose specifically the COVID-19 patients. These are the latest testimonies that came out. So Mariel Loresca is a frontliner in the Philippines, and she recovered in just 16 days. That's a record for us because 28 days or 1 month is the usual recovery time for a COVID-19 patient. It just took her body 16 days to fight off the virus. So if you have a testimony that is 15 days, report it to me. Our record today is, up until today, 16 days is the fastest recovery with the First Vita Plus product. It took her almost a little more than just 2 weeks. So this is very good. It really proves that the product is very helpful for the immune system. Next is we have Ermond Jacobo. Ermond Jacobo got COVID-19, but he is a very high risk patient because he had leukemia on top of his COVID-19. So very high risk because leukemia patients have a problem with their white blood cells, even their bone marrow. So on top of that, because of the COVID-19 infection, he is prone to develop the complications. We were expecting the COVID-19 to be very life-threatening for him. But he took first Vita Plus, continuously, 4 or 5 sachets a day. And he recovered completely. Despite of being a high risk, he did not have any of the usual complications of COVID-19. So these are just 2 of the many patients that First Vita Plus have helped throughout the 15 years that I've been doing First Vita Plus. So I hope I was able to open your mind to be healthy and to join us here in First Vita Plus. This is not a medication. This is not a drug. This is a very good, very healthy vegetable drink. To end my lecture, I'm going to quote Hippocrates, the father of medicine. Let food be thy medicine and medicine be thy food. So thank you for giving your time to listen to my lecture and welcome to First Vita Plus. So I'm Ma'am Mary Ann. Okay, calling Ma'am Mary Ann. We have another presentation after this. It's for the business side of First Vita Plus. People need additional income right now, especially with pandemic going on. So many millions of people lost their jobs, have a need for added income. So I'm calling Ma'am Mary Ann, the host. Is she here? Or let me see, maybe the next speaker is already here.
I'm here, Doc. I'm here,
Okay,
Doc.
so I'm